What's going on, guys? I'm Tommy, and I'm coming at you with an action figure review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Hasbro The Black Series Dedra Meero from Andor. Dedra was a great addition to the Andor series, kind of bringing a new villain into the fold. It was cool to see the inner workings of the ISB in this show, and I really liked her character, excited and hopeful that she'll come back for Season 2. Great that we got a figure for her before the second season release, though. Dedra is a mainline release for the Black Series for 2024, so she pops up at most of your major retailers. I got mine on a pre-order through Big Bad Toy Store that I then put in my pile of loot before shipping to me with the rest of the wave. I really do think Big Bad Toy Store is a great avenue to go through if you're doing your action figure pre-orders. That's where I do most of mine, so I highly recommend checking them out. This is the standard packaging for what we see for the Black Series right now. So up at the top, you have your Black Series logo. You have a big plastic window here showing you the figure and both of her accessories. You have the character's name in a vertical text, as well as that she is number 12 for the Andor line. At the bottom here, you have that nice orangish red banner color with the Andor name. On the side of the box, you have her mural art showing her with her name again down at the bottom there. Very nice mural art. I think they nailed the face here. And then on the back of the box, you have that same mural art that we saw on the side of the box, blown up a bit, the Black Series logo and the character's name again, as well as a bio in about 1,000 different languages. And this bio reads, "Methodical, polished, and ambitious, Dedra Meero embodies the ideals of the Imperial Security Bureau. She is ever vigilant, collecting and analyzing intelligence from across the galaxy." She is again number 12 in the Andor line. You have all your legalese down here at the bottom. Please don't feed this action figure to your babies. On the side of the box, you have another Black Series logo. On the bottom, you have more legalese and nothing on top. So aside from that, that is what you get for the mainline Black Series packaging nowadays. So let's get this figure opened and check her out. Alright, here's Dedra out of the box. Before we check out the figure, let's first check out her two accessories. The first one that she comes with being her blaster pistol. We do see her use this blaster pistol in the finale of the show. It does have just a little bit of a kind of dark gray, almost gunmetal colored paint here at the center of the blaster. Other than that, though, it's just some sculpted black plastic. The sculpting looks really good. This really reminds me of a World War II pistol, which is what a lot of the Star Wars blasters are based off of, are World War II weapons. So it's cool to see them kind of continue that trend with this blaster here. Very Imperial, looks great. Dedra also comes with a unique accessory, that being her data pad here. This thing's got some cool sculpted and painted detail here. It's got some, again, nice hits of that almost gunmetal color on the black sculpt here. On the front, you have some more paint details here with some reds and some silvers, as well as more of that gunmetal there, giving it a nice two-toned look. Nothing painted or printed for a screen, but that's fine. You know, at this scale, I don't really expect things like that. Great, unique accessory. And now, here we have Dedra. So Dedra is a really good looking figure. First thing I noticed right out of the box is how good the face looks on this figure. This looks exactly like the actress. I think they really, really nailed this one. I think the eyes look great. The way the eyebrows are shaped look good as well. The way they've shaped the cheekbones and the mouth also look great. I love the paint detail, the blending for the hair here, giving it that kind of two-toned look, a little bit darker down at the roots, and I think they've done a great job emulating that. Really makes the figure look very realistic. They have painted her little rank here in that nice blue color, as well as painting both of her code cylinders. I like the look of the white on top, black on the bottom that the ISB has. It's a very unique design compared to the rest of the Imperial Navy, which tends to have matching tops and bottoms, so I like that two-toned look. Really makes these guys stand out. And they should, because they are the ISB. The belt here has that iconic Imperial buckle painted in some silver on the rest of the belt, which is black. And aside from that, that's pretty much all you're getting with this figure. A lot of just sculpted black plastic at the bottom here. And again, very basic figure. It's a very basic uniform, so I don't expect all this extra paint detail on a figure that's supposed to be clean the way it is. Taking a look at Dedra's articulation, she does have the double ball jointed neck up here, which is going to give you a ton of range. She can look down a little bit here as well as up a very good amount too. She's got some good tilt here for some attitude, and she can look right and left. She does not have butterfly joints at the midsection here. So don't expect any kind of butterfly joints that are hidden under here. What you're going to get instead is a kind of hinge and swivel. So you have a hinge, which gets you up to the 90-degree mark here, and a swivel that goes a full 360 degrees. She's got some deep cut single jointed elbows here, which are going to get you just past that 90-degree mark, and there is a swivel at the top of the elbow joint there. Down at the wrists, she does have a swivel as well as a hinge. She has a vertical hinge at the right wrist for that blaster holding hand, and then for her offhand, she does have a horizontal hinge as well. She has a ball joint to the midsection, which gets you some okay range, nothing crazy, but she's not a character that's going to be doing any acrobatic stunts, so that's not something that's going to bother me. This bottom of the tunic is an overlay piece. You'll notice it is ever so slightly a different shade of white than the main sculpt of the torso body, and you'll see here she does have a ball joint at the hips, which gets you some decent range even though there is no cut in the sides of the tunic there. She does also have a cut for a thigh swivel that is sculpted in there. She has some deep cut single jointed knees, which are going to get you to that 90-degree bend, and then there is a swivel at the top of the knees there too. And then of course down at the ankles you do have a forward facing pin for rocker, as well as a hinge, which is going to get you some decent forward as well as some really nice back. Overall, aside from the lack of butterfly joints, this is pretty good articulation, especially for what you're going to get from the Black Series in 2024. This is what you can expect on most of your figures, and I'm not even bothered by the lack of the butterfly joints here with this figure because, again, like I mentioned earlier, this is not an acrobatic character. A lot of her scenes in the show are just her walking around, so that's completely fine by me. She does not feature any weapon storage for her blaster pistol, but she does have, like I showed earlier, the sculpted weapon holding hand in that right hand there. This sits nicely in the hand, and it fits nicely, the trigger finger does, into the trigger guard. It passes the shake test as well. You could very easily get a very nice looking blaster holding pose with this character. It looks good in the hand. The data pad you can kind of fit into either hand, however I'm seeming to find I'm having an easier time getting her to hold it in her left hand here, which is great because the trigger finger can also double as a little pointing hand, like she's actually using the data pad. Dedra is an iPad kid confirmed with this action figure, but again, you can get some really nice posing with this and it's going to look really good. Here's a nice little one-legged pose for the character. I've got her balanced on one foot, and I also have her with her data pad kind of tucked up underneath the arm. The horizontal hinge joint on that left wrist makes it very easy for her to tuck that up under her arm and stay there securely. Very nice pose here. And honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to display her with the data pad, but now I think I am because I like this pose so much. Overall, I think you should definitely get this figure. Just for her being a female Imperial officer alone is really going to make her stand out in any kind of original trilogy display or any kind of Imperial display that you might have. And I think she's definitely worth a pickup if you're into Imperial stuff for your collection. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. Make sure to check out my social media, all of which is linked in the description below. That's going to be all for this review, guys. I'll catch you for the next one, and may the Force be with you.